All right, everybody, welcome back to More Golf. We will be talking about the solution to all problems, and that would be more golf. So, I'm going to record this to share with people my experience with golf, my 2 cents about the game, and kind of like how, I guess, how I've been leveraging it over the last 20 some years or so. And to start, my name's Matt. I have been playing golf for about, I would say, relatively-ish 20 years or so. I played in high school, I played in college, I went down to South Carolina and played. I've taught, I've been a caddy. I've just been all over the game, and I think it's exciting for me to share that with everybody and just give everybody some insights on how to take your game to the next level and just hopefully enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it because it's something I love to do. I love to have around my house. I love to have it around my family, my friends, and I think there's a huge opportunity in golf for everybody, to be honest with you. And I think I'll just share with you maybe a couple things, some quick cliff notes on the 20-year career or so. And to give context, I've played on a professional circuit before. I've competed in a lot of tournaments. I love that part. I truly would say that I fell in love with the practice part of it, and that part for me has been simple. It has gotten simpler over the years. I've applied it to long drive. I've applied it to hitting different shots. I've applied it to playing different courses. I've applied it to playing outings with my friends and competing and just being able to stay mentally tough and all those things. And truthfully, it's fun. And that's really all it is at the end of the day. And I've never been having as much fun as I am now. And I think what the next step is logically for me is to just share that with more people. So I'm going to cover, for anybody listening, some of the routines that I've developed over the last 20 years, maybe some of the questions I would be asking, answering, and basically just kind of taking you through that. So to give you context, I work also as a club fitter. I don't know if I even mentioned that. I've got a lot of experience in the game. This has been the last few years of my life, just learning another avenue of the game. And I really feel in a spot now where I've learned a lot about the equipment, what the equipment can do, some of the changes that you can make, some of the adjustments that you can make. And that has been the latest step in understanding my game. Been able to work with a tool such as TrackMan, which is phenomenal in understanding how the ball travels and really how to control the ball. At the end of the day, it was, for us golfers, the invention of the microscope, which has been very nice. And I'm fortunate to be able to share that with people and help people with that, which is cool. So I will kind of just walk you through a day of mine, and I think it will make sense as to like what contributes to my ability to do what I do. And the one thing has been time. It's been a lot of time and a lot of fun. And honestly, I've never, like I said, enjoyed it more than I am now. But my day will probably start with, like I do take the train into work. I get into the studio, and I will, at some point during the day, take some swings and mess around with the equipment, whether it's drivers, whether it's wedges, whether it's iron shots, long irons. I'm able to just spend the time on all of it. And 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, hit some golf balls and just get back into that routine of the frequency of it. And if you don't set it down, I feel like your game's either always getting better or it's I don't feel like it really stays where it is. Like things rust naturally. So for me, it's being able to scrub the rust off as much as I need to. And really the first step in being able to do that for me is the stretching, is the I would say the fitness side of it, but it really just boils down to me wanting to be able to hit more golf balls and increase my capacity to do so. And I think that's fun. And the more that I can express that, the better I feel and the better I can show up for everybody. So I think that's a service to the world, so to speak. And the stretching for me is I have a little spot at home. I have a little yoga mat that I use. I have the space that I'm fortunate to have to just stretch out. And then the second piece I use resistance bands. I have something strapped to my bathroom door. It's that simple. And I will basically take those bands, and this is legitimately 15 minutes for me at this point. I get that it's probably an efficient 15 minutes because I know what it is I want to work towards. But once you get clarity on what you're working on, like for me with the driver, I'm trying to separate upper and lower body. So there's some exercises I use with the resistance bands that really in 5-10 minutes a day, I can increase my capacity over time or really just keep it sharp. You know, you get to a level with things where things are good enough and you don't necessarily want to chase something that's going to take an exorbitant amount of time. Nobody's got time to practice nowadays. Everybody's busy. If you can put it into a 5-10 minute routine that's in your house, like it's a good start. So the fitness helps, the hitting golf balls helps, the understanding of how to alter the equipment, the lie angles, the weight, the length. Once you get around enough of that stuff, you start to appreciate where you want to hit golf balls and what you have a preference for. And I think at the end of the day, there's a lot of people that will come to me that I've worked with over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10 years, really, and are just unsure of where they're going. And they're unsure of what it is that they're trying to work towards. They just know that there's an issue with their ball striking or their driving. And the reason I hit balls every day is because it just becomes so simple, and I'm not ripping drives every day. It's not the one thing that I work on. If you were to ask me the one thing that you need to practice in order to hit the ball solid, it's honestly hitting the ball solid, and you need to do it a lot, and you need to hit a lot of golf balls. And I wouldn't recommend that people use full swings for that because there's so much variability. And even for myself, being somebody who's been in the game for a long time, nobody's that good. Nobody's that good. And the way that I break it down is I just do it with short game. I just try and strike it as precisely as possible and in different ways, right? You can hit low running shots, or you can hit low spinning shots, and you can hit high soft shots or high spinners. And once you start to see the details in between all of these, I know it sounds like a lot, but in 5 to 10 minutes a day, if you know what you're doing, you can strike the ball so much better, which with such a simple practice. And that's some of the work that I can't get enough of. And for me, it's like the more that I do that, the sharper I get, the more that I can share it on the golf course, the more it really happens when I need it to happen. If you practice it, it will become habit and routine out on the golf course. And I think for me, that's why I practice. It looks easy when I'm out there. And I love, a lot of the times, this is kind of funny for me. If we have like a 12 o'clock tee time, somebody invites me to a tee time, or I'm inviting somebody. It's a 12 o'clock tee time. I'm usually there at 10 o'clock. I just think that those 2 hours for me represent being prepared, being ready, being able to touch everything, see where everything is for the day. How's my putting? Do I need to make adjustments to this? Like, let me hit some good chip shots, get the body warmed up. Like, it all just lets me, because everybody gets there a half hour before. So in an hour and a half, or really an hour for me, and I know that's overkill for most, I'm ready. So everybody shows up the last 30 minutes, and I just kind of sit there. And then when we're ready for the first tee, I rip one down the middle, and I like showing up that prepared. And it's minutes at a time. It's really just minutes at a time. Couple minutes on the resistance bands, couple minutes hitting golf balls, couple minutes working on technique. And when you have somebody who knows what they're doing, progress happens so much faster. And having the clarity to work on that is really the important ingredient in all of that, because most of the people, like I was saying before, don't necessarily have a plan, have something that they actually commit to, that they're accountable towards, that's like actually meaningful. Because a lot of the times we chase these solutions to try and get to the results, but it's not actually making progress towards the result. Once you can get clear on where it is that you're trying to go, then I think it becomes that much easier. So for me, just keeping it simple. I think I appreciate more than ever being able to share the game with people, go out there, have fun. I feel in good shape. I feel that's a wonderful representation for me of health. It's something I want to do for a long time, and I think I'm honestly just going to keep it that simple. So that's really all I have for you guys here today. I appreciate you so much. Ask questions if you got them. We're here to serve, and I'll catch you on the next one.